Hi y'all, Clay Westfall with Bushwhacker Bait Company. And today I'm going to go ahead and answer a viewer question. This is going to be part one of two. There's actually two separate questions. So I want to start with the question that I was asked, which is the process. And the viewer says, like some people get out and go top, middle, bottom of the water column and move on. He wants to know about the process in which you kind of dissect the layers of water when you're fishing. So the first thing I guess I'm going to point out is that as soon as you drop the boat in and you're driving, you want to have your fish finder on even when you're idling out, and you want to look specifically at what layer the majority of the life is congregated at, whether that's 5 to 10 foot, 10 to 15, 15 to 20, etc. That's so important because what you want to do is when you establish a pattern and you say, hey, I see everything happens to be in 15 foot of water, I will look at my topography and my mapping and I will find points that top out in that specific range of depth. So maybe I'll fish from 10 to 20 and I'll see everything at 10 to 20, that seems to be 15 foot, and I'll focus on also cover being present on that structure. So if you have a point, of course you're going to have sections of a point that are 5, 6, 7 feet. They're going to drop off to about 10 foot, 20 foot. So I would only idle over that productive area or spend my time looking specifically on my graph for fish in that zone rather than being up on the top of the point or being all the way out in the deep water. Just maximizing the efficiency as to how you approach it is so important. So that starts, once again, as soon as you drop your boat in the water. And it's not enough to just say, hey, here's some good, this is a hump out here, this is a ledge, it's roughly within that temperature and oxygen gradient at that set depth. It's also critical, once again, to have that cover combination, and not only that, but also if you can have bait in the area. And of course you can adjust your sensitivity and your settings to show you kind of a better, brighter picture of what you're seeing with the forage swimming around and all that. But generally, it is a good indicator to look at that fish finder and see what level the bait's at, the different species of fish. It's not really super critical to try to decipher if it's a bass or a crappie or whatnot, initially at least. There are situations in which there's species of fish that can live in different layers than maybe a bass can tolerate based on oxygen and the temperature and whatnot, but that's kind of a separate thing. You just want to kind of get an initial layout and figure out where they're at within that strata and water column. So that's the wrap up for question one, and I'm going to approach question two in the next video. Please stay tuned. Thank you so much.